When women talk about not speaking up, the assumption is that they're afraid of conflict. But for a lot of women, the main problem is something completely different. It's not so much that speaking feels dangerous, it's that wanting to speak up feels like evidence that they're a bad person. Asking for something reasonable can make you sound greedy. Saying no can make you sound lazy. The fear is not about how the conversation might go. It's about what wanting to have the conversation says about you. Sometimes judgment comes from inside. You have a thought or you want to ask for something, and before anyone else has even heard it, you've already decided it makes you selfish, lazy, or weak. Other times you know the ask is reasonable, but you're convinced that other people will not see it that way. Either way, the result is the same. You say nothing. Here are 5 qualities women commonly worry they'll be labeled as. Let's go through each of them. 1. Lazy. When not wanting to do something makes you feel or look lazy, you end up doing it anyway. You've been organizing the family get-together for years, booking the venue, chasing everyone for dates and money, making sure it actually happens. This time you don't want to do it. But the moment you imagine saying that, you start wondering whether you're just trying to get out of it because you can't be bothered. And even if you know that's not true, you're not sure you can defend yourself if anybody else says it. So you say nothing and stop booking the venue again. 2. Selfish. Your friend has been dropping her kids at your place at short notice for months, assuming you're available because you're there. You want to say that you can't keep doing it, which is not unreasonable. Your time matters too, but the moment you imagine saying it, you feel like you're putting your own convenience above a friend who is genuinely stretched. You worry she'll think you don't care about her. And the problem doesn't stop at what she might think. Underneath the worry about her reaction, you're also asking yourself whether you're selfish or whether a more generous person would keep just saying yes. 3. Uncaring. Sometimes the reason you stay silent is not about what you want. It's about not wanting to be the person who asks something difficult of someone who is already struggling. Your brother has been unwell, and when he's struggling, he can be dismissive and rude towards you. You want to say that while you know it's tough for him right now, the way he speaks to you is not okay. The sentence is fair, but as soon as you imagine saying it, you feel like you're being hard on someone who's already having a difficult time, so you say nothing and absorb it. 4. Greedy. When you're doing more work than you signed up for, asking to be paid accordingly can feel like you're being greedy. You're in a business partnership. When you set it up, the split seemed fair, but over time it has become clear that you're doing the majority of the work. More hours, more effort, more of the actual thinking. The agreed split no longer reflects what is actually happening, and you want to bring that up. But the moment you imagine speaking up, you start wondering whether you're overestimating your own contribution and just looking for a reason to be paid more. You worry your partner will think you care more about the money than about the long-term success of the business. So you say nothing and keep doing the majority of the work. 5. Weak. Asking for help can feel like proof of something you would rather not confirm about yourself, which means that people who most need support often are the last to ask for it. Asking for help is a reasonable thing to do, but it can feel like proof that you're not strong enough to manage on your own. You worry other people will see you as weak or incapable, and underneath that worry is usually your own suspicion that they might be right. So you get on with it, because asking feels like it would confirm something you don't want to believe about yourself. None of this thinking is entirely wrong. Sometimes if you say you can't keep doing something, people will think you're selfish. Sometimes if you ask for a bigger share, people will think you're greedy. Those reactions are real and they do happen. But someone thinking that about you is not the same as it being true. The fact that someone might see you as lazy, selfish, or weak doesn't mean that's actually what you are. What matters is being able to see the gap between what's reasonable and how it might be received. Because once you can see that gap, you've something to work with. You can ask yourself what's actually fair about what you wanted to say, separate from what someone might conclude about you. That separation is where the real work begins, and it's the kind of thing I work on with women directly. One thing people often do when speaking up feels risky is go over what they plan to say repeatedly in their head, trying to find a version that will not make them seem selfish, difficult, or unreasonable. But that strategy rarely works, and there's a video in my series, Why You Hold Yourself Back from Speaking, which explains why. I'll pop the links in the description.